Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut this beautiful backless bustier with a plunged neckline. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch to the end of the video, like, share, subscribe. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming around to watch my video. I really appreciate you. So without further ado, let's jump right into the main video. So the first thing is to take our vertical measurement. From the top here is our starting point and our shoulder line. So I'm going to come down to mark my bust point. Then from there again, I'm going to come down to mark my under bust, which is 12 inches. I'll mark that all the way to have a straight line. Then I'll rule the line across. From there, I'll come down to mark my shoulder to my waist in front, which is 16.5 inches. And I'll also extend the line across. This is my waistline, my under bust line, and my bust line. So I'm going to come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2. My shoulder divided by 2 is 7.5. I'm going to mark it right here. At that point, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my basic neck of 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width this way. I'll come here to mark my neck depth of 3 inches, so we are going to adjust this later. Then I'll connect with my curve row this way. Then I'll come here to mark my chest line. To mark your chest line, you're going to divide your bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches. In my case, I got 7, and I will extend that point across this way. This is my chest line. I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement on my chest line to have a straight line from up. Then I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. I'm going to come to this line, divide it into 3 equal halves to get the midpoint, and at that point I'll go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. Then I'll connect the point for my armhole this way. The next thing is to mark my dart, and to mark your dart you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. I got 3.5. I'm going to mark it on the bust line, under bust line, and the waistline. I'll go ahead and connect the point together with a straight line. I'll come to the under bust line. On the center front, I'm going to be marking half an inch, and then on the side front I'll mark 1 inch. But if you're a plus size person, you mark 1 or 1.5 inch on the center front. Then on the side front you can mark 2 inches. I'll just connect the point together like this. Then from the bust line, I'm going to come down by half an inch. I'll use my curve rule to just connect to that point like so. I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches from the chest line. This is where I want my top to start from. You can do 2 inch, 1 inch. It depends on how low or high you want yours to be. Then I will extend that point across. I'm also going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 here, and I will take this line all the way to that point. So I'm going to be marking half an inch on both sides of this dart leg here to tighten up this place. I'll connect it back into the line with my curve rule this way. So now we're going to mark our neck depth. It depends on how low or high you want yours. You can maintain your bust line, chest line, depends on where you want your plunge neck to stop. All right, then I'm going to mark half an inch on this bust line here. This is the space I want in between the bust. It depends on how open you want your bust to be. You can do 1 inch, 0.7, but I marked half inch, and I'm going to connect all the way to the bust line. You can use your free hand to do this, or you can use your cuff to just draw out your plunge neck, and this is it. So I'm going to come here to mark my Queen Anne neckline. The Queen Anne is not really that visible, so it depends on what you want. I'm just going to mark 1.5 inches here from the armhole, and I'll come to the shoulder slant here, divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint here. And from the midpoint, I'm just going to connect all the way to the 1.5 inches this way, and this is what we have for the neck. Next thing is to impute our round body measurements. We've already marked our bust measurement. This 1 inch for that here, I'm going to replace it here, and then I'll add my sewing allowance. I'll come to the under bust line, divide my under bust by 4, replace the 1.5 inches for that, and add my sewing allowance. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4, replace the dart, and then add my sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and connect this point together. The next thing is to mark our bust dart, and this is the difference you have from your shoulder to your waist in front and back, and mine is 1.5 inches. I'll come down from the bust line by that 1.5 inches and connect back like this. We're going to be cutting this out, and this is basically it for the front pattern. I'll go ahead and cut. Make sure to close down your bust dart before you cut out, and this is basically it for the front pattern. So we are going to cut out the back pattern now. I've already gone ahead to rule out the necessary lines I need, the bust line and the waistline. We don't need the zipper allowance for this. I'm going to come here to mark my shoulder measurement. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll mark my neck width of 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width this way. I'll come down to mark my chest line, divide your bust by 6 and add 1.5 inches, just the way we did for the front. And I will extend that point across. This is the chest line. On the chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here to have a straight line, and I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. Then I'm going to come to this arm length here, divide it into 2 equal halves to get a midpoint. At that point, I'll go in by 1/2 inch, come to the chest line, divide my both side circumference by 4, and I'm going to connect the point together to form my armhole this way. The next thing is to impute our arm body measurement. The back pattern is not having any darts. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and impute my round body measurement. I've already marked my bust measurement. I'll add my sewing allowance, come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4, then add my sewing allowance, and I'm going to connect the point together. Why we didn't mark that for the back pattern is because it's a backless top or dress, so you don't need that for this, and we don't need a zipper for the back as well. So we're going to mark the same neck width we mark for the front pattern. So I'm going to divide my shoulder slant into 2 equal halves this way, just the way we did for the front pattern, and from there I'm going to come to the waistline and mark 4 inches. It depends on how open you want your back to be. You can do 3, 4, 5, it depends on what you want, and I'm going to connect from that point all the way to the 4 inches this way. This is how open I want my back to be, so you decide on how open you want yours to be, or if you want it if you don't want it this open, you can do 2 inch, 3 inch, it depends on what you want. And this is basically it for the back pattern. I'll just cut this out. So this is what we have for the back pattern, and we're going to cut times 2 of this. We're going to cut times 2 of this, and this is the front. So it's a very simple tutorial. If you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed, please do wait to hit the subscribe button. Subscription is totally free. Subscribe, like, and share. If you have any question regarding this video, please do wait to drop it in the comment section, and I will do wait to reply. So thank you so much. Do wait to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.